Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Maipal, can you see if Professor Kane Pathak has joined? He was sending messages.
1 second, ma'am. I will check.
मुझे आज कुछ नहीं दिख रहा.
No, ma'am. No.
एक बार मैसेज भेज देना प्लीज, अगर हैंडी है तो.
Good morning, Professor Gill.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Ma'am, you can start now. Live has been started.
Thank you, Maipal. So good morning, everybody. With good evening to some of us. We are going to start today the new series, Visions of Institutes in Northwest India, that is our region, in run-up to India at 100 in the year 2047. This is the first lecture today, and we are fortunate to have none other than Director PGI to speak on Vision for PGI Chandigarh, established in 1962. So we at SPSTI are holding this in association with the Chandigarh chapters of NASI, INSA and INYAS. I hope all the members are present. So I welcome you on this day, the Teachers' Day, with my greetings, pranams to all the teachers who nurtured us throughout our formative years. SPSTI expresses deep gratitude to all teachers everywhere. Now I invite Mr. DharamVir, President SPSTI, to extend a welcome to all present. DharamVir.
Professor Vivek Lalji, Director PGI, Chief Guest and Keynote Speaker of the Day. Professor S.S. Gill, former Vice Chancellor, Baba Farid University of Health Sciences, Faridkot. Professor A.K. Grover, former Vice Chancellor, PU and Vice President of SPSTI. Guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a privilege for me to welcome you all to the launch of the new series of lectures entitled as Vision of Institutions in Northwest India and run up to India at 100 in 2047. The series is being organized in association with the local chapters of NASI, INSA and INYAS. This series was conceived following the lecture of Professor Ashutosh Sharma, former Secretary of DST Government of India under Institution Building and Nurturing Initiatives in Independent India. The first speaker under this new series is Professor Vivek Lalji, who is well-known and reputed professor of neurology and director of prestigious Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research. Professor S.S. Gill, former Vice Chancellor of Baba Farid University of Health Sciences, Faridkot, is guest of honor. He too is a distinguished expert and well-known doctor. I also extend warm welcome to Professor Raj and Gill. Professor Grover has already prepared a schedule of several lectures. After each lecture, we shall upload them on our website and come out with electronic and print versions of all the lectures, which would be available on the website of the SPSTI. We shall also be grateful to the audience for their feedback and suggestions for making improvement in our work. I may mention that there are that we are also celebrating Teachers' Day today. I wish to pay my regards and respect to the teaching community for their monumental contribution towards the growth of our country. Their role in human resource development is paramount. The status of teacher can best be described by a couplet of famous poet Kabir, Guru Gobind do khade kaake lagu paaye, Balihari Guru aapno, Gobind diyo bataye. He had raised the stature of a teacher at par or even beyond God. Finally, I once again thank Professor Viveklal ji, Professor Gill for their accepting request to deliver lectures. I now hand over to Professor DharamVir to conduct the proceedings.
Thank you, DharamVir ji. Professor Grover, I request Professor Grover to give a brief introduction to the series. It is Professor Grover whose vision brought about this series, as well as the previous series, which is just concluded, that on institution building. Professor Grover, please.
Good morning, greetings, and best wishes on the occasion of Teachers' Day as we commemorate the completion of 75 years of independent India. To recall, India gained independence after 90 years of rule by the British Crown. East India Company had started to regulate school and college education in India to source out young people to help them govern India in 1857. However, it is only in the beginning of 20th century that Viceroy Lord Curzon asked the universities to create university departments and appoint teachers on behalf of the university who would do research concurrent to teaching and thereby nurture young Indian students who would not be mere job seekers but emerge as thought leaders for the society. The colonial government did not provide any additional resource to the universities to appoint teachers and create laboratories for research. Still, the genius of few Indian vice chancellors like Justice Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, Sir Firoz Shah Mehta, and Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, and the foresight of an entrepreneur and philanthropist, Sir J.J. Tata, and the benevolence of rulers like Maharaja of Mysore, all of them made it possible for the universities in India to nurture teachers, scientists, and students like Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, C.V. Raman, D.M. Bose, Meghnad Saha, Satyan Bose, Mahanal Obis, J.C. Ghosh, B.C. Birbal Sani, B.C. Guha, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar et al. In the 20th century. When the Second World War commenced in 1939, the colonial government had reached out to teachers, scientists in the universities of India to propel scientific and industrial research in India and to manufacture goods needed for the war in Europe and to provide import substitution in India. This was the call for Atmanirbharta in the pre-independent India. The teacher scientists seized up this opportunity to conceive plans for development of India after the Second World War. As India became independent in 1947, the teacher scientists worked with the political leadership to build up new institutions in India and launch several nurture initiatives for the progress of India. On the Teachers' Day of 1921 to August 15, 2022, we covered the stories of institution building in independent India. The present Prime Minister of India has now exhorted the thought leaders of India to accelerate the development of India via the implementation of NEP 2020 and STIP 2020, such that India at 100 emerges in 2047, not only to close the gap between India and China, but also get counted amongst the technologically developed nations in the world. All the premier institutions in India who have had good pedigree need to draw up visions for the near future. Such visions should catch the imagination of the society and the political leadership so that they can be adequately supported. The purpose of new series commencing today is to facilitate the articulation of visions by institutions located in our region. It is hoped that our initiative would get emulated in other parts of the country. I am personally thankful to Professor Vivek Lal as well as Professor S.S. Gill for accepting our request to deliver the first lecture in the series and also be the guest of honor today. I also thank all the participants who have joined today's lecture. With this, I conclude my brief address. Back to you, Kia.
Thank you, Professor Grover. We are indeed grateful to Professor S.S. Gill, who will first be introduced by Professor Paramjit Singh of PGI, who is again a distinguished radiologist himself. Professor Paramjit Singh, please introduce Professor Gill.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning and my Teachers' Day greetings to all. On behalf of Society for Promotion of Science and Technology in India, it's my proud privilege to welcome Professor Virendra Singh Gill as the guest of honor for this first lecture of the web series initiative by SPSTI on Vision for Institutions in Northwest India. In PGI, and of course, all his patients fondly remember Professor Gill as former head of the Department of Orthopedics. Dr. Gill did his post-graduation in orthopedics from PGI in late 60s. Subsequently, he joined as a faculty in the institute in early 70s. Professor Gill went to University of California on a WHO fellowship for 2 years. A renowned teacher and an orthopedician, PGI, while working in PGI, he was recognized as a pioneer in introducing pediatric orthopedic surgery in North India. He showed his leadership skills as president of the Faculty Association of PGI, his administrative skills as the joint medical superintendent of Nehru Hospital, PGI. To the academia of Panjab University and its hinterland, that is Himachal, Haryana, and Punjab, he is a familiar face as a member of Senate and Syndicate of Punjab University. During his tenure and after retiring from PGI, Professor Gill served with distinction as Vice Chancellor of Baba Farid University for 2 consecutive terms. With his visionary and disciplinarian attitude, the university took giant strides in its development. During this time, he was bestowed with Baba Farid and Bhagat Puran Singh awards for his honesty and social work for which he is known. Never a man to sit on his laurels, Professor Gill is currently director of Rayat Bahra University. All illustrious personalities have formidable CVs, but there are certain special traits or qualities in the first among the equals. It is their vision, their persona, and how they touch people around them. Dr. Gill is kind, approachable, cordial, and very helpful. Sir, we all have first-hand experience of your benign presence, not to forget your earthy Punjabi wit. Thank you for gracing this occasion of our first lecture, and I will request him to speak a few words to get the ball rolling. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor
Thank you, Dr.
Paramjit Singh.
Paramjit. Thank you for a very nice introduction. I don't think I did that much. I am thankful to the organizer for giving me this chance to speak on this very, very important day, that is the Teachers' Day, and to speak on vision for PGI in next 25 to 30 years. When I look at the situation, my wife was dating. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
When I came out of PGI, my wife told me that and the of PGI is
two devices are on, Dr. Gill, in your room.
50 years. So when we're thinking of next 30 years, we must succeed for the last 50 years. Hello.
Ma'am, can you hear? Is it audible or not?
Not audible.
No,
Is it audible? Is it audible?
no, no, no,
You are audible.
no.
Sorry, is not audible.
Hello. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Now it's fine, yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you are audible. You are
We are audible.
Oh, thank you. So the condition of a attendant and patient outside the PGI is the same. We must concentrate in next 25 years that there should not be any waiting list.
Your audio are not clear, sir.
नहीं वो तो ठीक है तो प्रोग्राम तो खराब हो गया ना तो जो पार्टिसिपेंट छोड़ जाते
When I go back, hello.
Does have only
Hello.
one device in the room? You have two devices. That's the problem.
No, I'm only on one device only.
now it is better.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, we can hear now.
Hello.
Fine now, sir. Go ahead. Go
Audible?
ahead. Yes, yes.
So for next 25 years, we must see that these lines and these our poor patients are taken care of. These much better. Directors like Santosh Nand and Dr. Chetani, they were so close to our prime ministers and the president like Jawaharlal Nehru and Virendra Gandhi. I want to see that my directors should have the same esteem in the higher authorities in India and in the state, like the chief ministers, much higher status they must have and they must be enjoying. So, 30 years back when I entered the UCLA, I was thinking, can we catch up with UCLA? And after 25 years, I still same question, can we catch up with UCLA? In the UCLA, they were hiring one assistant professor and they were having interview. A young person will come and we stay for 7 days in the university and they will assess him whether he is fit to be introduced in UCLA as a faculty. I asked them, what are you seeing in that person? They said that we are assessing whether this person will be able to get Nobel Prize in next 25 years to 30 years. So that was the standard 25 years back in UCLA. We are 30 years back and still we can understand that where we are. Why PGI and our great institute and our India should not aspire to get the Nobel Prize in the near future. So we must select our faculty from that angle so that they can change and they can contribute.
वो डायरेक्टर है उसके और काम लगे रहते हैं
मैम इंटरनेट इशू है सर के साथ ना.
So, Professor Grover, should we go ahead and come back to him sometime later?
I think so.
Yeah. So,
Professor Lal.
yeah, so now, Rajat Sandhir, I hope you are ready.
Yeah. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. So it's a pleasure to call upon my old colleague, Professor Rajat Sandhir from Panjab University's Biochemistry Department, who has the honor to introduce today's speaker, Professor Vivek Lal. Rajat.
Good morning, all. And I would say it is my pleasure to introduce Professor Vivek Lal, Director PGIMER Chandigarh. And I would be saying that Dr. Lal is going to touch upon very, very important topic that he'll be sharing the vision of his institute, that is PGIMER, for next 100 years. And I think this is a great initiative by SPSTI to have this head of institutions speak on these their visions. And I would like to say something here that probably it will be something for us to learn what is the vision for the leaders of the institute. For some of you who don't know Dr. Lal, I would like to have a brief introduction of him. And I would say his journey into medical field started in year 1985 when he did his MBBS from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. And then he moved to PGI, where he did his MD and DM in years 1990 and 93. And I was also doing PhD during that time, and I would say we had an overlap time where I would see he would be enthusiastically looking at the patients and very, very active in even interacting with basic medical sciences then. And then in year 1994, he became a faculty member in PGI Neurology Department, where he rose to the position of head of department in year 2014, and has been serving then, and then rose to the level of director of PGIMER, which you are all aware. And in between, he also had other academic positions where he headed Dean Academics of Baba Farid University, Faridkot, Baba Farid University of Health Sciences in Faridkot. And I would like to say that he has a niche area in the field of neurology, which is neuro-ophthalmology, and he has immense contributions in the area of neuro-ophthalmology, and I would say he is an eminent and iconic figure in that area. And he has been interested in understanding one of the disorders which has been very less known, for example, which is called as idiopathic intracranial hypertension, which is affecting a lot of young women during the fertile years. And to talk about his credentials, I would say he has over 200 publications, a lot of book chapters, and has been a director and chairperson of various neurology programs, India and overseas. He's been a visiting professor to many of the universities. To name a few, one of them is University of Oxford and Medical Ophthalmology Society in the UK. And he's also represented India in various neurology congresses. I would like to say he's very popular as a teacher, and not only in neurology department, and in other people in other departments also admire his teaching abilities. And something that I found very interesting was that he's very popular in grand rounds and has been conferred with Master Teacher Award. And it's very relevant to have a person of his stature and who's an excellent teacher to speak and share his vision with all of us. And I would say he's been well funded, and he's been member of various international societies. And lastly, I would say he has keen interest in integrative medicine and holistic development, and he heads that one of the committees in PGI. And he also has a special place for people in defense forces and their families, and takes extra care in taking care of them. With this introduction, I will pass on the mic to Dr. Kia Dharamvir, and we look forward to hear from Dr. Lal on his vision for PGI for next 100 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajat, for telling us such relevant and interesting facts about the speaker. Professor Lal, now we are eagerly waiting to listen to you. Professor Lal.
So am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you so much for letting me in your caucus program. I'm very grateful to Professor Grover and his committee to have given me a chance to speak in this forum. Basically, I will not waste time. I know we are going behind time, and I'm a little worried that in case my internet connection conks off, then there'll be a major issue. So I'll try to make full use of the fluency of the connection as long as it is there. So what is my vision for Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, PGIMER in short, for the next, not 100 years, I will say for the next maybe a decade or 2 decades. One doesn't know what is going to happen in the next 25 years. So let's see which direction that I intend to take PGI to, and which is the direction it has come from. How things have, they kind of panned out ever since PGI was conceived in the year 1962. So this is very important. I am a diehard fan of Swami Vivekananda ji. Whenever I get free time, I try to, go through his life, and I try to read about him. And I always try to quote him wherever and whenever there is a chance. So it says that there is no other teacher but your own soul. Swami Vivekananda ji said this. He was a meteoric, holistic Hindu monk. He lived for less than 40 years. But I think he singularly has done more for the nation. And at a time when this country was, reeling under the abysmal darkness of the British Raj, he took India to a new pedestal in the United States. I mean, we all know that famous speech, Brothers and Sisters of America. 11 September, I think it was 11 September, yes, 1893. And that is still celebrated as a World Brotherhood Day. The point I am talking about Swami Vivekananda ji is, here was a man who had conviction. Here was a man who had authority. Here was a man who had a clear conscience and a clear soul. I think you need these three things to be a good researcher. You need to have conviction. You need to have authority. You need to accept what you are seeing, something as new is actually new. And you need to have a clear conscience not to fudge data. All these three are almost inseparable ingredients, to make you into a good researcher. So when PGI was conceived in the year 1962, it was Pratap Singh Kairo ji. He along with Pandit Nehru ji converted, he conceived PGI as a postgraduate medical education and research at that time. Now, when you look back, Professor Gill, you were talking of UCLA. I heard you talk of UCLA. You see, you have to understand two things. In 1962, Chandigarh was a jungle. There were hardly 2 sectors or 2.5 sectors. And yet Pratap Singh Kairo decided to think of a postgraduate institute in a jungle called Chandigarh at that time. And I often tell my students कि जो PGI का जलवा एक था because of its founding fathers who were phenomenally committed. They were the ones who put PGI on a trajectory that resonates the world over. That resonates the world over. I repeat, it was their jalwa, and they didn't have technology at that time. They had commitment. It was blood, sweat because of commitment. And that was the beginning of an aspiration called PGI. And that is where we stand, today, after 90, we were celebrating, PGI's Ruby Jubilee. I was just telling them, I said, look, I was telling my residents, when PGI was conceived, what was PGI? What was Chandigarh? A jungle. AIIMS was almost conceived at the same time. What was Delhi? Delhi was a hustling, bustling city. It was a hustling, bustling city, probably the second most powerful capital in the world at that time. The British had won the Second World War, and because the British ruled India, Delhi was, arguably the second most powerful capital. America didn't exist at that time, to be honest. It was London and it was Delhi. And AIIMS was conceived in the hustle bustle of Delhi, a well-known city. And PGI was conceived where in a jungle called Chandigarh. And it was the founding fathers who, with their brilliance.
Professor Lal, your slides are not moving. So I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I'm not moving them. I'm not moving them. I'll move them when I have to.
Perfect.
Yeah. So this is Professor Tulsi Das, and this is Professor Santokh Singh Adan. Professor Tulsi Das was the founding director of PGI. He's with Pandit Nehru ji, and this is Professor Santokh Singh Anand, who I'm told अपने चाय का सामान आप लेके आते थे PGI में अपने आप बनाने के लिए. प्रोफेसर शारदा जो PGI के पहले रजिस्ट्रार थे, उन्होंने ये कहानी बताई थी कि he was so particular that वो अपनी चाय पत्ती भी आप साथ लेके आते थे. That was a phenomenal commitment of directors of those times. And there's a lesson for us into the future from the past. So when this was the foundation stone which was laid by the Prime Minister of India for the foundation of the Nehru Hospital. We all know PGI as the Nehru Hospital. There are now big satellite centers which are coming up in Sangrur and Una, and I'm sure we move forward very fast. But this Nehru Hospital is the soul of PGI, the first hospital which was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister Pandit Nehru ji at that time. And of course, what led to PGI leading from the front, again I say, was commitment, the passion to work hard. If you look at the past directors, if you look at the past faculty, what was unique about them? They were only interested in patient care and medical education. Now, I repeat, what does PGI stand for? Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research. It is Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education. I repeat, medical education comes before research. So the primary aim, the primary responsibility of any faculty member of PGI is to educate the residents who are being trained in PGI. And the research is a spin-off. The sad thing is today what is happening is, and I make no bones about that, is people are using shortcuts. You know what they're doing? They kind of this, they are avoiding medical education and straight away jumping to research. It does not make any sense. It does not make any sense. Genuine research has to be a spin-off of patient care and medical education. I repeat, it has to be a spin-off. If you treat a patient, you find something new, you observe it as new, and then you publish it later. That is genuine research, which is of immediate concern and has a tangible impact on patient care. So what does PGI stand for? PGI stands for state-of-the-art clinical service. Now, what is PGI today? I'll tell you what was PGI in the past, and you'll get an impression of what is PGI today. 25 years ago or 35 years ago, when I came to PGI, my father, I told him he wanted to undergo a certain operation, a very simple procedure. So he folded with folded hand, he says, "Maine PGI nahi jana, I'll rather, he used the word, he used the wrong word, he's still around. He said, "Main PGI nahi jaunga, main apne yahi ilaj karaunga. I won't go to PGI." Today, he says for any small thing, he wants to come to PGI. That is the faith people have in PGI. The periphery has collapsed. The periphery has collapsed. When I mean the periphery, I mean hospitals, which should be doing their duty, are actually not living up to the concept and to the responsibility. With the result, everyone, right from a rickshawala, right from the poorest of the poor to the richest of the richest, wants to come to PGI. So whereas PGI initially was a hospital for masses, today it has become a hospital both for masses and the classes. And that's because of the impeccable integrity and the ethical values which we imbue in our residents and in our faculty. And that is what makes it the state-of-the-art clinical service. You see, state-of-the-art doesn't mean colossal infrastructure. Believe me, what I tell my students, I tell honestly here also. Infrastructure is not buildings. Infrastructure is commitment. If you don't have a committed doctor, your buildings and your technology has no value. You see, commitment can make up for lack of equipment. Remember this. But equipment can never substitute for lack of commitment. You understand? You have a committed doctor, he can make up for lack of equipment. But if you don't have a committed doctor, equipment can never compensate for his lack of commitment. So this is what we are. Everyone knows these scenes. They're too well known. If you are in Chandigarh, if you're around Chandigarh, you know these scenes are absolutely routine in our institute. From being a tertiary referral, I don't know whether PGI was ever a tertiary referral institute. It says that it is supposed to be a tertiary referral institute. I joined my institute in 1987, 1st July 1987. I have always seen it to be a tertiary care institute. There was never this concept of tertiary referral from primary to secondary to tertiary. No, it was nothing like that. Everyone who wants to have an opinion comes straight to PGI. And we cannot, I repeat, we cannot tell a patient to go back to the local civil hospital or to go back to the local primary health center before coming to PGI. If he comes to PGI, he is seen. He is seen. It might take some time, but in the end, the result is both good for the doctor who treats him with honesty and with ethics, and for the patient who has come all the way to be, examined. So these are the queues that we often encounter, and this is routine for all government hospitals. AIIMS also has a similar queue. This is our waiting period. And, these are patients waiting in line to get themselves, their cards made and things like that. Now, this is the soul of my talk. What is my vision for the future? I repeat, I was asked this question when I was appearing for the post of the director, this post. How are you going to control patient rush? How are you going to reduce patient rush? And I gave a frank answer. I said, if you think I am going to reduce it, I am not going to reduce patient rush. I am going to increase the rush of patients. Every man has a right to get the best treatment. If PGI gives you the best treatment, so be it. Then we should try to increase the number of working hands. We should upgrade our technology so that we can manage the patient rush. Reducing the rush is not an answer to tackling the rush. That's not fair. That is absolutely unfair on those patients who want to come to PGI and cannot be seen. They know that PGI is the best. It's our moral obligation. It's our moral responsibility to do whatever is possible. We have state-of-the-art technology. This is not evident in UCLA. So my brother and sister are American immigrants. I mean, they're Indians who have, my brother is from PGI. He went abroad. My sister's in Boston. Both are now, they are American citizens. They don't get to see, nowhere in the world will you get to see this kind of a rush, where the waiting period to be examined by a neurologist is not more than 24 hours. The waiting period in UK? In UK, for a simple backache, it is 6 months. In Canada, it is 8 months. In USA, he will first go to XYZ before he reaches the neurologist. God knows what will happen to his back. Now, either we convert ourselves into that kind of a thinking mentality, or we decide, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. I have a duty, I have a moral responsibility, I have a medical responsibility, I have a social responsibility. Let me increase my working hands. So ever since I have taken over as director, I am after the health ministry, and the health ministry has been very positive to me. I said, I want increased working hands. I'm not interested in equipment. And so for the first time, there was a statement in the ministry that the director of this institute has managed to get more than 350 regular posts. How did he manage? Because I was after them. I said, I want working hands. I don't have any, I don't want equipment. Working hands is what I need. And working hands is what I am going to be resting upon to deliver goods. So that these patients who come to PGI, and that's my vision for the future, are seen in a more acceptable format. They have to wait for 5-6 hours. I will try to reduce the working, how are we going to reduce the waiting period? We are upgrading the technology. We've already got, now this is the fusion for the future. I'm talking to you now. We have already got into an MOU with CDAC where we are upgrading our hospital information system. For the last decade or decade, it's been HIS1. Now in 3 months, we have an MOU with them. It's going to be HIS2. And with HIS2, we have this queue management system where we'll have these codes, we'll have these QR codes, and a patient can get his card made when a particular QR code is sent on his mobile, even in the remotest village he has, if there is a cyber cafe there. So he doesn't have to come and stand in a queue in PGI to get his card made. So the waiting period automatically comes down. We have got POS machines. We have done many more things in the last 3 months to make our patients more comfortable. I'm not saying all these queues are going to melt away in one day. They will not melt away. But my vision is to make them melt away as far as possible. Let the patients come. Let them come. We have the best technology. We have the best equipment. We have the best doctors. And I see no reason why we can't deliver. So that's another view of patient load routinely seen in PGI. I have never seen, we often talk of long waiting queues. Yes, we talk of long waiting queues because it's very simple. If a patient has to undergo an operation or if a patient has to undergo an MRI, Paramjeet is sitting here, an MRI is going to take time. The doctor will sit 24/7. He will sit 24/7. But the data acquisition time cannot be abbreviated. It cannot be in any way, reduced. So, and then the machine also needs to rest a little. The doctor may not need resting, but the machine needs resting, otherwise it will blow up. Because it will blow up because it's a magnetic machine and they get overheated at times. That is why we have got an increased waiting period in spite of the fact that we have got multiple MRI machines, multiple cutting-edge radiology. There is a waiting period. And this waiting period has nothing to do with the laxity on the part of the doctor. It is part of the procedure. It is part of the time taken for data acquisition, and the reporting automatically ensues correctly. But as if you compare it with other hospitals, we try to oblige all our patients, whether they are indoor, whether they are outdoor. For example, in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, MRIs are only done for indoor patients. I repeat, only for indoor patients. We have not yet followed that dictum. If a patient is seen in the OPD and wants to get his MRI from PGI, we will definitely enroll him. If it is urgent, the doctor writes urgent. We are trying to increase, we are getting more MRI machines on board. We are getting state-of-the-art, radiology. We are trying to do what we can to reduce this waiting period. Now, this is a slide. Have a look at this slide. It's a horrifying slide. When I joined in 1987, 1st July 1987, I had a neurology posting as a first year. Professor J.S. Chopra was there. He was the head of the department. On a particular day, the second year was not there. And I was asked to substitute for the second year. And so I went to the OPD. It was somewhere in Jan-Feb 1988. I've never forgotten that day. Now, Dr. Chopra said, if there are more than 10 patients, I repeat, if there are more than 10 patients, it's a heavy OPD. This is 1988. Today, on a light day, I repeat, on a light day, which is it's almost a kind of a rarity, you have at least 180 new patients and 500 old patients. So on a light day, the average attendance in neurology is between 600 to 700 patients. Whereas our staff has not increased commensurately. Our staff has not increased commensurately. Have a look at this slide. Now, this is our, these are our emergency admissions.
Slides are not moving. The slides are not moving.
Nothing.
I said I will move them. I will move them when I have to move them. I'm going slow. I have 1 hour. I said, I believe I have a talk for 1 hour, no?
Yes.
Right? So
Yes,
this is,
yes,
yeah.
please go
So
ahead.
there it is. Now have a look at the number of emergency admissions. Almost 1,12,000 is the emergency admissions. This is what the surgeries that we have to do annually, and it is horrendous. It's horrendous. This is just not done. This is just not done. But we are trying to deliver what we can with whatever we have at our disposal. Our institute became the nodal center for COVID care. We all know that how our residents, how our faculty, how our healthcare professionals rose to a man, hand in hand, shoulder with a shoulder, how we delivered during the COVID times. The kind of care that we gave during COVID times is an example of exemplary commitment. Example of exemplary commitment. It was incredible. Don't forget, we are a government hospital. Don't forget, in a government hospital, all kinds of patients come. Don't forget, in a government hospital, we have to take care of the masses and the classes. Masses more than the classes. Yet, we have been awarded the award for the most clean hospital 3 times in a row. It means a lot. It just reflects on the commitment of our healthcare professionals, right? So now we are trying to digitize many things. That is a vision for the future. We are going ahead with digitization at a breakneck speed. Digitize whatever we can. Patient data, digitize the OPD, digitize the emergency. It is taking time, but that is a plan for the future, and it is going full throttle. There is absolutely no reason for not digitizing all these important hotspots. When a patient is in a queue, previously we used to cut those mechanical receipts. Well, they've gone now. We're having POS machines, we're having credit card systems. All that should have been there before, but it was somehow, no one looked at that. We are now into all this. We are now on a different trajectory. We have gone into a different mode, right? We have opened satellite centers. That is a vision. I think by January, satellite center in Sangrur is going to be operative. We have got the government's nod to advertise posts. We are advertising them. Our honorable health minister came. He had a very good look at our satellite center, and I must honestly confess, he was very cooperative. He was very pleased, and he made a statement which I share here. He said that, कहते आप ये याद रखिए कि जब हम आपको 1 पैसा दे रहे हैं या 5 पैसा दे रहे हैं, वो किसी और से लेके दे रहे हैं जिसको शायद उतनी जरूरत है. So keep this in mind when you are doing your duty. A very pertinent, a very touching statement कि हम अगर आपको 5 पैसा देती है सरकार आपको आपके गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल्स के लिए, तो वो जो देती है वो किसी से लेके देती है, जो जिससे लेती है शायद उसको भी उतनी जरूरत हो. So keep this in mind, keep these things in mind before we kind of decide to be irresponsible. This is just there was this write up on our department by this Oxford scholar. Now he came from Oxford. He was a faculty from Oxford, and this is what he said. He said he gave this staggering figure. It's incredible. 1.4 lakhs and 56 admissions. I mean, these are the patients you see in the OPD, and these are the patients who are admitted. Imagine just how much PGI is relevant to all of us today. So my request to you with folded hands is, when you think about PGI, think good. Try to give us as much help as you can. Contribute as far as possible in whatever way you can. We will be more than happy. Every single contribution of yours will go down to mitigate the pain of our patients and the downtrodden who come to PGI. The best thing about PGI is, and the biggest asset that we have is our patients. Unke andar itna sabr hai, they don't complain. And that to me is a part of infrastructure. मैं हमेशा अपने residents को ये कहता हूँ कि जो PGI की, जो PGI की जो जोत है ना, the flame of PGI has got 2 components. The first component is by the healthcare professionals, और जो second component है वो मरीज बनाते हैं, who don't complain, who will wait for their turn, who will only go when they have been seen, चाहे उनको 6 घंटे wait करना पड़े. Compare this with an American patient in UCLA. That fellow will shoot a doctor if he has to wait for 2 hours. You see the comparison. In India, they will wait. अच्छा, एक और चीज है, अगर उनको अपना डॉक्टर नहीं दिखता, often they will go back and come back again. I mean, these are some of the good things that we have to learn in PGI and that we should acknowledge with gratitude. Now comes to medical education. What do you mean by medical education? It's PGIMER, Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research. Remember, it is not research and medical education, it is medical education and research. So medical education comes before research. We have the best teaching equipment in the whole world. We have the best teaching material in the whole world. That is our patients. We have got state-of-the-art radiology. We have state-of-the-art investigations. Almost everything in PGI is state-of-the-art, except, of course, the rush. That is not state-of-the-art. But what we have, we are trying to give to our patients who keep coming to us day in and day out. And I can tell you, being a grounded infantry soldier of PGI, जिसका soul में PGI बसा हुआ है, the only good thing which I have found in the last 40 years is मरीज का gratitude उतना ही है जो 40 साल पहले था और आज भी उतना ही है. The gratitude for a doctor has not gone down, and we have to keep this in mind. Our residents are the best in the world. I can tell you, you can show me any place in United States out of a total of 22 program directors in medicine. I am told 11 are PGIs. It's a bloody mind-boggling figure. 11 of the 22 or 23 program directors are directly or indirectly connected to PGI. The professor of neurology, professor of clinical pathology at Johns Hopkins. Now, Johns Hopkins was rated as the #1 medical school in USA. The professor from Johns Hopkins, he came for some reason to meet me. He said, you have got more CPCs that are clinical pathological conferences in PGI than the rest of the world put together. Now, look at that statement coming from a professor and head at Johns Hopkins, which was voted as the best medical school above Harvard. The chairman there making this statement that you in PGI have got more clinical material than rest of the world put together. You can imagine just how much experience our students have got. What I intend to do in the next few years is I want that this canvas of knowledge should spread across India. What is happening is most of the students who come are actually now, I've noticed, are from surrounding areas. It's an open entrance exam. Those who are from the surrounding areas, they don't come. They come. I would want to spread this canvas wide. I want children from the Northeast to come. I have written to I've written to a few heads of states, CMs there, that if possible, please send your teachers to be trained in PGI. We are a government institution. We will train your teachers free of cost. That is our mandate, to train residents and teachers. And so I expect that once the ball is set rolling, more and more from the Northeast will come. So, and more will integrate with the national, the national kind of stream. So that's what I'm doing. And I often say that empathy is very important. There is today the worst enemy all of us have is stress. I do not know whether you agree or not. If you are living and you say you don't have stress, then you are not living. I'm very clear about it. The worst enemy that we have is stress. And I think the best way to beat stress is being compassionate with your patients. Research is not going to beat your stress. It will not. But if that research is an outcome, is a ramification of a compassionate doctor-patient relationship, it will certainly help you in mitigating stress. So it's important that you maintain a good empathetic professionalism in health and science. It's important that you remember that it's most cardinal that the patient should be the center of gravity for our I would say our medical profession, and that whatever should we do should in the end help in mitigating patients' pain. And if you do that, and the research which comes out of that will be mind-boggling, you take it from me. So we are facing our challenges together. Our residents are, they are phenomenal. Our residents continue to be as they were before, phenomenal in their commitment, phenomenal in their prowess, and phenomenal in, we've started looking here and there. We've kind of decided to de-stress them with physical activities. We have opened some state-of-the-art gyms in PGI, and I plan to take that further. So our rest of the healthcare professionals are also unique. They are fabulous. Our sisters, our technologists, you can set your watch with the clockwise punctuality with which they come. You don't have to look at your watch. You know when they are coming, you know this is the time. And they never look at their watch when they're going back. That's what PGI stands for, commitment at work. And that is what is my only hope for the future. If you continue to be committed, your research automatically will be cutting edge. I must make a statement here. Today, research is capital intensive. It is capital intensive. You need millions of dollars to get a Nobel laureate. Nobel laureates are not going to just come like that. UCLA may have that. Oxford may have that. We don't have that kind of money. So what do? There is one asset that we have which the West doesn't have. That is our patients. If we spend more time with them, observing them, and acknowledging certain findings in them, then maybe we are able to generate a new hypothesis, generate new data, generate new treatment protocols. Recently, our Department of Pulmonary Medicine, in fact, our Department of Pulmonary Medicine published 2 landmark papers on the management of lung cancer. Now, lung cancer is a major killer. We all know cancer is a major killer across the globe. And this landmark paper was published twice, 2 different papers, in a leading journal of clinical oncology with an impact factor 50. So that is phenomenal. It's incredible. It's hard to believe that that thing could have happened 3 years ago or maybe 4 years ago. Our institute was voted as the best hospital for lung cancer care in the whole world, above the United States, above the United Kingdom. That again is because of not cutting edge research, because of bloody cutting edge commitment which our residents have got. It's incredible. You have to see their commitment. You come at 2 o'clock at night, you will never see a healthcare professional yawning. You might see someone yawning on Terminal 3 in the Delhi airport, but you will never see a PGI yawning at night. They are all waiting to do their duty. When I go for night rounds as a director and I ask them what are their issues, हमेशा वो यही कहती हैं sisters कि हमारे पास staff कम है. उनकी sisters ने आज तक मेरे को ये नहीं बताया कि मेरे को पानी नहीं मिला पीने को, मेरे को बैठने को कुर्सी नहीं मिली. वो सिर्फ कहती है staff कम है, मरीज ज्यादा है. Please help us increase the number of healthcare professionals. That is the level of commitment. So I think it is all related to being patient-centric. All good research is for the patients, by the patients, with the patients. If you follow that dictum, for the patients, by the patients, with the patients, at the end, both the patient and the doctor are happier. You have achieved something new, right? So we've got, we have a Bhatnagar awardee amongst us. I will not take his name. It's not right to take names, but the only Bhatnagar awardee amongst us is a hard-boiled clinician. I asked him, he's my student. I asked him, how on earth did you get the Bhatnagar award? He said, I don't know how I got it, but I spent my life on looking up a new disease. And he reported that disease and he got the Bhatnagar award. That goes on to prove how strong is the importance of commitment and blood and sweat in getting good awards. So that's a very well-known figure. Professor Mehra getting the Padma Shri, of course, renowned. The Department of Pulmonary Medicine, then we were voted after, we were just voted as the second best medical education institute in India after AIIMS, but that's because AIIMS has got MBBS, we don't have MBBS. 5 years from now, things will be different when we will have a roaring MBBS course, God willing, all should be well, and I think we should be doing very well. We've been setting up satellite centers, we have been expanding our wings, we have not been found lagging in any way, in any format. Our problem is our patient rush. It is not a rush. It is a deluge. We have to convert this deluge into our own asset and to our advantage. That is going to take time, but it will succeed. If the poor cannot come to education, education must reach them at the plow, in the bakery, factory, elsewhere. So if the poor cannot get medical treatment must reach them in the plow, in the bakery or elsewhere. I convert this word education into medical treatment. And that's what we are doing. We are doing whatever is possible in our hands and whatever is possible with us to make things better. We have these public awareness programs. I plan to increase them in the future. Public awareness is paramount. You have to make the public aware of the cancer impact of smoking. You see, most of the public, in spite of such advertisements, is phenomenally and blissfully ignorant. That is unfortunate, right? So we do all these activities around the year. They're going on in schools, in colleges, everywhere. So this is the most important attribute of a teacher or a healthcare professional is his commitment, sincerity towards work, and honesty towards the cause. And that is how we should live by. This is my last slide. I don't know how much time I have taken. It's important that information is all, not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. Our doctors are experienced and are knowledgeable. I don't want, when they say, let me compare myself with the United States, let me compare with Harvard, and I say, thank you very much. I don't want Harvard and PGI. I am very happy to have my patients who are given state-of-the-art care for no cost, next to no cost. You think of how much a simple spinal surgery costs in Harvard. It's mind-blowing. You sell your house for a simple spinal surgery. And how much a dentist workup costs in PGI, extraction of a tooth is 25 rupees. Can you guess how much is the extraction of a tooth in USA? Can you guess if your tooth has to be extracted? Dharamvir ji, do you know how much would be the cost of getting a tooth extracted in USA? Your son's in USA, Amitabh. I still have his discharge slip with me. Tell me, how much does it cost? So it costs $1,600. 16, and the patient has to pay because that is not covered under insurance. So compare 25 rupees with $1,600, and I think we do an equally good job with those 25 rupees as they do with the $1,600. I'm not sure of that, but I'm sure that the 25 rupees is well spent because we are doing it with commitment and passion. I hope you have all enjoyed my talk. My vision of the future is have satellite centers, have an MBBS course. I think we are going to go into yoga. We are going to expand. We are going to increase our domain of mandate. And we talk of medical tourism. I have used a new word now, medical nationalism. I want more and more people from Northeast, more and more from Kashmir to come and train in PGI. So convert medical tourism into medical nationalism. That's my vision for PGI. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Kya Dharamvir?
Ji.
Can I ask a question?
So we are open to questions, and we are honored to have Professor Pathak with us. Professor Pathak, first question from you, boliye, please.
Professor Dr. Lal, Vivek Lal.
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
First of all, I appreciate your lecture, the spirit of your lecture. That is great. I admit that that's the way to do work in an institution. Second thing, I also appreciate your initiative to start the MBBS course. Personally, I feel that without the integration of undergraduate and postgraduate, you cannot have a good research institution. But now my specific question to you is that all along PGI has been opposed to the MBBS degree. How are you reconciling with the institution, professors of the institution and yourself, and with the with the quality of services you are offering, which is world class, no doubt, I admit it. I have seen a lot of Western hospitals, and what you have seen, I appreciate and is 100% correct. I vouch for that. I have lived there, I have been treated there, and I am being treated in PGI as well. So I want to know that how will you integrate the MBBS to the postgraduate?
That's a very relevant question. Can I answer this question?
Yes, please.
Yes. You see, the best way for a postgraduate to learn is to teach undergraduates. Remember that. Remember
that's what I believe.
And the other thing about these undergraduates is वो कहते हैं ना कि आप सुनिए, मैं हिंदी में कह रहा हूँ, कहते हैं जब घर में बच्चा आता है तो एक खुशी की लहर आती है. जब ये बच्चे पीजीआई में आएंगे तो एक खुशी की लहर लेके आएंगे. Today PGI is gradually asphyxiating under patient rush. We need to expand our facilities. ये MBBS will come up. We will have seats. They will then do their internship in PGI. We automatically get working hands. यही बच्चों को post graduate पढ़ाएंगे. By teaching a undergraduate, a postgraduate also augments his knowledge, right? यही बच्चे फिर कल को PGI के, if God willing, वही PGI के feeders बनेंगे. To be trained in PGI, there will be a general entrance exam all over India. But when you are trained in PGI, you take it from me, the MBBS course is going to be as cutting edge as a postgraduate course. The name is probably not going to change. Just like Ram Manohar Lohia in Delhi has started an undergraduate course in Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, but it is still called PGIMER Ram Manohar Lohia. Similarly, the name will be the same. We will have a separate faculty for undergraduation. There will be different recruitment. Of course, our people from PGI also will be part of this noble endeavor. And I think it is going to be a win-win situation for the students in the long run, for the patients, and finally for the nation also. Just imagine, you have we think of 100 seats, but our minister says, no, I'm not going to stop at 100 for PGI. You start with 50, go on. I like that approach. He knows PGI is going to produce the best. These boys and girls, when they go into the society, they have been trained by PGI. It will make a big difference.
Well, there are many things that can be discussed regarding the MBBS course, how to go about it. But you must start with 100 seats at least. That is my suggestion.
Yes, sir.
make the fee, somewhat reasonable, high compared to the private sector, because it's a very expensive branch of science. And so people who pay, but you at the same time, you see the economics of the candidate. If he is bright, then you should admit him. So you have to work really methodological and logistically to get the good quality of student. But also the income should come from this, because government is not going to support all the time.
Yes, I can fully understand that. We will do whatever you say, but we have to need the nod of the government. But thank you so much for your interest in MBBS. I'm grateful to you, sir.
I have great interest, in fact, because integrating the education, I am particularly. And it will be the best way you have thought of. So at least one professor, one director has come, which is thinking of the integrating the education, medical education.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Lal, and thank you, Professor Patel. May I now request Professor Kumar to put forward his question or
good
remark.
afternoon.
Ghuman साहब आप unmute करिए. Professor Ghuman,
Yeah, good
unmute
afternoon.
yourself.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Professor Vivek Lalji, thoroughly enjoyed your lecture. Two prompt observation. One is making access to PGI and inclusive approach. Your observation that reducing rush is not a solution to a problem, but treating rush, managing rush through increasing working hands is a solution. Therefore, we are very happy in this region that you have given a new interpretation that access to one and all, and PGI's doors are open to all, irrespective of the class status and so on and so forth. We are very happy on this interpretation. And the second interpretation is an excellent interpretation, that in a populous country like India, population or rush is treated as a liability. But you, for the first time, has given an interpretation that patients are asset to us. Therefore, in PGI, doctors treat patients, and also now doctor will start treating patient as assets. This is the only way we can compete as a nation with the capital intensive research undertaken across the world, particularly in the advanced countries. Therefore, your approach, treating patient as an asset and making your research centric, patient centric, will directly serve the patient rather than through capital intensive research. I think you have reduced one procedure, one process directly. Your approach would be treating the patient and also making your research patient centric. I think that's an excellent approach. And we also in the university should start treating students as an asset rather than students in rush. And our research should also gear towards student centric, the way you have given an interpretation in case of PGI. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Ghuman, and thank you again, Professor Lal. I can see one more hand raised, Dr. Rajendra Singh. Professor Kant, I will come back to you, but Dr. Rajendra Singh, can you please state your question?
Okay, before I state my question, I would like to thank for the honor given by the society to me. At this place, I thank President Saab, DharamVir, Vice President Anupama Roy, and General Secretary DharamVir, plus my good friend Mr. Sharma, who handed over to me, and also Professor Suman. Now to my question. First of all, on Professor Lal, is there any book on the history of PGIMER? That is one question. The second, you in your lecture, you always said you will show the slides. It is quite sure. Maybe I am the person who has not seen the slides, or if the others, they have not seen the slide, it will maybe better if you show the slides now. Thank you very much.
I do have in fact, there are copies of that book, History of PGI, in my office. If you could send me your phone, if you have your address, I'll post it to you. I'll do that, I promise.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, question. Is anybody else?
Thank you, Dr. Rajendra
I would
Singh.
like to ask a small question, if you allow me. I don't know how to raise hand here.
Okay, Krishnendu, please go ahead.
Yeah, we talked about health nationalism. I think another good word for this will be the soft power that India can be in medical sciences. The way Bollywood, cricket have united us, similarly, the health services of India are actually so much appreciated in US. Any resident from recommended by us immediately gets a fellowship there because they believe in us and our levels. India is a soft power in medical sciences, I think, and we should promote that concept also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one small question, Professor Lal.
Yes.
I don't hear much donation coming to PGI, contrary to the Western Institute.
Yes,
in spite of the fact that you have produced so many graduates and postgraduates, and they are occupying the highest position. And within the country, there are so many big corporates and things like that. So I think the economic status of the institutions also goes up if you keep on getting donations from the private sector, public sector, and so on and so forth. Maybe you should have some initiative in that direction.
Yes, I am so grateful for this suggestion of yours. I'm already working on it. I thought I'll only declare it when the results are there, but I'm working on that, sir.
Good, very good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful news. And now, Krishnendu, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very
Krishnendu
much.
is from IISer Mohali. He's a mathematician.
I am a mathematician, so I would ask you a general.
This is loud.
Yeah. So, Dr. Lal, so the statement that you made at the end, that if people from Kashmir or Northeast cannot come to you, I mean, you want them to come to PGI, right? So my point is that it's, I mean, it may not be easy for people to come to PGI all the time. So what sort of initiative do you have in mind to go to them? I mean, instead of them.
Yeah, very relevant. We can't go to them. They have to come to us. When I meant people, I meant teachers from those states, Northeast, Kashmir, and down south. Down south, they keep on coming so that we are able to train those teachers. And that teaching, obviously, because we are a government setup, we have a mandate. They have their government hospitals there. They have their government medical setup there. Northeast also has a government setup. So I'm going to encourage more and more. I'm going to request them to send us more and more doctors to be trained in PGI, and so that they can go back and disseminate.
Yeah. So what I am trying to say that, like, UGC have this teachers refreshment program, right? So do you have any such program, especially?
Oh, yes. We don't have teachers refreshment program. We have conferences round the year. Understand? Right? And they keep coming to attend our conferences. We have them round the year. Yes. Thank you for that question. So you call it a refreshment program. We call it conferences. They come, they imbibe knowledge, and they go back. Yes.
Thank you. Many issues are being thrashed out, and I don't see any other hand. महिपाल जी जरा देखेंगे, आज मैं कुछ भी नहीं चेक कर पा रही. Please.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
So, Professor Lal, once you start the undergraduate program, given the reputation and the name of the PGI, you will perhaps get some of the most motivated students from all across the country to come and join your undergraduate program.
Yes. God willing, yes.
Yeah, so such students, I believe, they must be enabled to do a postgraduate degree. Once they complete because taking such people and not letting them do the postgraduate degree would be a national loss.
Yes.
So there should be a way of enabling these students to do a postgraduate degree soon after they complete their MBBS, whether at the PGI by a special arrangement or at the other national institutes, like there are so many AIMS, there are so many PGIs in the country. This is one suggestion I have, that we should have a built-in mechanism that every undergraduate student in PGI would be enabled and facilitated to do a postgraduate degree, so that he comes out in the society as a specialist. Second is globally, it is now seen that 30 to 40% of the doctors are engineers. There are engineers who enroll for the medical degrees. So like in North America, the entry to the medical schools is not after the class 12, but it is typically after engineering degree or a science degree and so on. So while you embark on a new undergraduate program, I would like to suggest that few years down the line, you should have a provision to have lateral entry into your MBBS cum DM or PhD program, and you should let the engineers and the people with the basic sciences undergraduation degree to walk into your medical school. So once you start such a program, the next phase of this thing should be a lateral entry, so as to produce doctors who are engineer doctors, who are basic medical scientist doctors.
Right.
They will eventually go on to be much better researchers than students who start after class 12.
Thank you.
So this is a
Thank you.
suggestion
Thank you
I
for
would
that
like to
valuable
give
advice.
as a part of the vision for the PGI.
Thank
No
you, sir.
other
Thank
medical
you.
school in the country is doing it. If the PGI could do it, PGI
We'll
would
do
be a
it.
pioneer in this.
We will do it, sir. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you so much. Can I beg leave? I have a meeting. I have a meeting. Can I beg leave, please?
No, just a word, Professor Lal.
Yes.
I can only say, because you have to go immediately, I would say I've never heard such an excellent lecture or exposition of a medical college as you had given in respect of PGI. I'm sure PGI is in the right hands and would emerge the best institution in our country.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
And phenomenal memory. I thought you have beaten me in many ways. One is that you still remember Amitabh and his file, his medical papers.
His charge slip is still with me. That book of yours, which, he was investigated inside out, and I made a spot diagnosis when he came. Now you have to admit that in front of everyone there, right?
No, I tell you, I hats off to your phenomenal memory and your remembrance. I'm saying that. I thought I was good at it, but you have beaten me so many times, so many hands down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I admire you for this.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Bye. Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
Professor Bhasin?
Yes.
Gaur Sahab, are you there?
Yeah.
Professor
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Professor Bhasin, for the rest of us, you can please read out the concluding and the vote of thanks.
Yeah. Can you listen me?
Yes.
Yes, Professor Bhasin.
Yes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My greeting to you all on the Teachers' Day. I take this distinct opportunity in acknowledging my utmost sincere thanks to Professor Vivek Lal, Director, PGIMER, Chandigarh, for his highly informative, inspiring and scintillating talk on the vision for Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research. I'm sure that you all will agree that Professor Dr. Vivek Lal painted a state-of-the-art presentation on the canvas of today's webinar, Vision of Institutions in Northwest India in run-up. His take-home message is very clear and loud. More rewarding component of this fantastic talk was the question-answer session with curious queries from the audience that raised very many doubts and suspicions. I may add that today being a very special day, that is Teachers' Day, Professor Lal has crisply demonstrated through his visionary talk on PGIMER that he is a teacher of teachers by clearly defining the letters MER in PGIMER. Please join me in passing a hearty vote of thanks with big applause to the learned speaker, a highly accomplished and profoundly decorated neurologist, for his highly stimulating and transcending talk.
May I request, Bhasin Saab, one request I have to make to you. We are out of the country. Can you help us to draft a good press note so that we can send it across?
Yeah, sure. I will do that.
And maybe I would suggest you can issue it under your own signature. There's no problem. And we'd be very happy because this kind of information will help people to appreciate the emerging role of PGI.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, I genuinely feel if what Vivek Lal says goes through, it will bring paradigm shift in the focus and administration of medical services in our country.
Yeah.
Professor DharamVir, is it supported by NASI or not?
It's supported by NASI, INSA, INYAS. तीनों हैं साहब, हमको हमें
there are some formality which Kohli was there today and the secretary must do it. We had discussed it.
नहीं ऐसा है पाठक साहब, जितने भी हमारे एड्स जाते हैं, जितने भी हमारे नोटिफिकेशन
that is
जाते
okay,
हैं,
but there are other things which NASI can do for some speakers.
Yes.
नहीं वो आप पैसे की बात है, वो आपसे मैं आने के बाद सेटल करूंगा. We have been sharing.
I think that should continue wherever academy feels like that.
No, you must. If you want, we can have a formal MOU with you.
How many? We will be selective on that. Of course, we cannot support so many because of limited funds. But I think we should talk about
that is perfectly fine. You see, the money may be shared not in the ratio.
It is a token of the academy. That's what I am saying. So that must continue.
I think that is not a.
We will get together and discuss it.
Let us finalize it.
Pointing
okay,
out.
I am still a member of that committee, so I think I have told it many times to both the gentlemen, so it should continue.
आप ऐसा करें पाठक साहब, आप एक फार्मूला बना लें, इनफॉर्मली मुझे भेज दें, ईमेल कर दें, तो हम लोग फोन पे ही बात करके उसे फैसला कर लेंगे और जैसा आप कहेंगे वैसा कर देंगे.
ठीक है.
इसमें काम होना चाहिए, वो ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट.
बिल्कुल. Involved तो है ही है, तो I know that we are involved in it. But we should have some contribution to this also. Professor Kohli is here.
ठीक है.
Let me complete.
We will discuss. We will discuss.
हाँ, बसीन साहब आप कुछ है.
We will discuss Kohli साहब later on.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Pathak. Okay. I'm extremely thankful to Professor Dr. Shivendra Singh Gill, formerly head Orthopedics Department and ex-Vice Chancellor, Baba Farid University of Health Sciences, for accepting our request to be our guest of honor and sparing his valuable time this morning. I'm thankful to Mr. DharamVir IAS, retired and President, Society for the Promotion of Science and Technology in India, Professor Anupama Roy, Vice Chancellor, SPSTI, Professor R.K. Kohli, Chairman, Chandigarh Chapter of NASI and Vice Chancellor of MIT University, Mohali, Professor Anand Bachawat, Chairman, Chandigarh Chapter of INSA, and officials of INYAS and NCST in arranging this outstanding webinar. Support rendered by National Council of Science and Technology is highly appreciated. I'm thankful to Professor Anupama Roy, former Vice Chancellor, Panjab University, Chandigarh, for meticulously conceptualizing the purpose and strategy of the second series of expository lectures. I'm thankful to Professor Paramjit Singh, Department of Radiology, PGIMER, and Professor Rajit Sandhi, Department of Biochemistry, Panjab University, for introducing the guest of honor, Professor Gill, and learned speaker, Dr. Lal. Last but not the least, I'm grateful to Professor Mrs. K. DharamVir, General Secretary, SPSTI, and her dedicated team comprising of Mr. Mahipal, Engineer Anuj Goyal, for organizing the event in a very sophisticated and befitting manner. with reporter Dr. Fatima Ghoshia and Professor Rajni Pala with their untiring efforts. I'm falling short of words to express my gratitude to all the participants who became witness to today's legendary talk by Professor Dr. Vivek Lal. On behalf of NASI, SPSTI, INSA, NCSTC, INIAS, senior colleagues, and all invitees, I would like to state that we are all most grateful to Professor Dr. Lal for being with us this morning, for enlightening us all with such a scholarly, pioneering, and inspirational talk. Thank you very much, and happy Teachers' Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you once again.
अच्छा भसीन साहब आप प्रेस नोट जारी कर दीजिएगा प्लीज.
Okay, I'll do that.
I have a request to make to Dr. Grover.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Dr. Grover,
Yes,
kindly
yes,
try-
yes, Professor.
You know, आज तो 5th September Teachers' Day था. It was a working day. So I would request if it is possible, organize these on Saturdays.
Yeah, all other lectures
जैसे
are on
पहले थे
Saturday.
ना, जैसे पहले थे वैसे.
All other lectures are on Saturdays.
I have another suggestion. There is a Harvind Khurana's birth centenary going on.
Yes, sir.
One lecture should be arranged in this series as soon as possible.
Okay.
Fine. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kohli Saab.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Mahipal ji, वो press release लेके आप भेज देना.
जी सर,
Take the help of Renuka, the former PRO of Panjab University. She will help you to reach out to the press.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
तो आप जो है ना महिपाल जी इसे जल्दी से जल्दी भेजें, नहीं तो अखबार वाले फिर छापते नहीं है. रेणुका जी भेजेंगी तो जल्दी छाप देंगे.
ठीक है जी.
और आज का लेक्चर में बड़ा ही
रेणुका जी का नंबर मुझे शेयर करेंगे सर?
मैं भेज दूंगा.
ठीक है जी.
I will send.
ओके.
क्योंकि आज जो लाल साहब ने कहा वो बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है, इंफॉर्मेशन जो पब्लिक के लिए भी रेलेवेंट है.
जी जी.
और ग्रोवर साहब से अप्रूव करा लीजिएगा प्रेस नोट.
ठीक है सर.
और पीआरओ जैसे कह रहे हैं कि यूनिवर्सिटी के भेजेंगे
रेणुका जी के
तो
साथ भेज दीजिए. I will send her a SMS as well.
ओके सर.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. Okay then. Thank you very much.
Good night.
ग्रोवर साहब आपकी आजकल क्या लोकेशन है?
I am in Bellevue.
बेलव्यू में है आप, तो आपका नंबर अगर मुझे मिल जाए